This is Sox in 7.
Welcome back to Sox in 7. We are your hosts, Kevin Tebow, Mason Reed, Jack Tagerman. The boys are down atrocious right now.
Too bad. Too bad, bro.
Sox dropped series to the O's, but, the boys just got rinsed in FanDuel.
Yeah, Bruins coming off a Bruins OT loss, doing this podcast. It's gonna be tough, that was a heartbreaker.
Wow.
Not very fun. Me and Tags Lakers get fucking pissed on in a big way.
Trey walked into the Garden last night, hit him with one of these, bro. They blew like a 49-point lead with like 48 seconds left.
And you know whose fault it is?
Tatum.
It's Kaleb Ort's fault. Kaleb Ort started a string of events that just
Kobe, but
Kaleb Ort just caused Boston to go in shambles.
no, that guy's days in Boston are numbered, bro. I hope he has some real estate out in Worcester, bro.
Yeah, he'll be out in the woo soon.
Maybe in Portland, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I
wouldn't
fucking
be
hate
surprised.
Kaleb Ort. I fucking hate Kaleb Ort.
Thanks, dog.
He's not very good at all. But yeah, of course, we're referring to Kaleb Ort giving up 6 runs in the bottom of the ninth the other day.
That was the game we won too.
Yep. Yep.
Won that game, bro.
Yep.
Almost unbelievable, man.
But Tags, I think the people of the pod, or at least the people watching on YouTube, need to see the Molly.
Nah, dude. I was thinking about debuting the Mully tonight, but like, doesn't it all seem like
Gotta wait.
I debut the Mully, bro?
Yeah, you're right.
Like, the vibes are just so low, bro. Like, all my teams lost tonight. The C's lost last night, bro. Like, I'm hanging on by a fucking thread here, bro.
Wait, when did you get the Molly?
Today, bro.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say it might be your fault.
No, it actually, like, I don't know. If things don't go my way in short order, bro, I might shave my shit bald.
No, I mean, if the Lakers lose this series, I probably kill you.
No, dude, I would sooner.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think we'll have to wait for a series win on that.
When things are looking up, bro, when life isn't pain, the muzzy will come out, bro.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. But I guess we'll get into this Red Sox series. Game 1 was just an absolute grind of a fight. Chris Sale looks horrible. Me and Tags thinks he was maybe tipping his pitches, but he also had no location. He didn't have a strikeout through, I believe, 4 1/3, and he was just getting raked on. Gave up 5 earned. I mean, he survived for a little bit there, but eventually the constant barrel caught up to him. Sox jumped out to an early 4-0 lead on that game. Casas hit an absolute nuke. Verdugo stayed hot. Devers hit an absolute nuke onto the street by the warehouse at Camden Yards. So that was a bomb. I believe it was 115 off the bat. Absolute nuke. But then Sale just kind of gave it away. Bullpen held it there, but the bat, we couldn't get anything going after that. And then heartbreaking moment. Yu Chang goes down, breaks his wrist on a swing, causes Arroyo to come into a game, and it causes Emmanuel Valdez to get called up. We'll get to that later. But overall, just bad vibes on Monday night.
So that's twice this year, bro. A guy that's just looking like he's gonna be like an X factor kind of guy, gonna come in, exceed all expectations, goes down with a wrist injury, bro. But what you said with, like, I don't know what it was with Sale. I don't know if the Orioles just have his number. I don't know if he's tipping. I don't know what, dude. But their swing and miss rate was so low that it's almost weird.
Same thing with Houck this morning, bro.
I was
Same thing
gonna
with
say,
Houck.
I was getting to it wasn't even just Sale, dude. Their swing and miss rate this entire series was like astonishingly low to the point where you're like, something other than baseball is going on, bro. And I hate to be that guy, bro, but I don't like I don't think they're cheating with the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
But
Like I saw a number that said through Sale's first 44 pitches, he had one swing and miss.
yeah. I also saw Sale's slider was like 3 inches less of break per pitch. So I mean, maybe his stuff just wasn't working, bro. But it's like the whole series, we could not sit a guy down, bro. Everything's being hit and play.
Yep. And like, I guess we can move that over to game 2, where that worked for Corey Kluber. Corey Kluber had actually a pretty decent start. And I think, he was pitching to contact. And I mean, that's what you got to do when you're throwing 89. But it honestly worked in his favor how much they were swinging.
Yeah.
Because it allowed him to get ahead instead of falling behind like he has been. So, I mean, Corey Kluber put in like, I believe 6 innings, 1 earned or something like that.
Innings, 1 earned. I think it was like 5 hits, 5 Ks, something along those lines.
Yep. That game, the boy, Duran hits an absolute tank to center field. Grand salami. I hit it for plus 1100.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Jarren
Duran is here. Jarren Duran's a guy.
Jarren Duran earned himself a lot of time up in the show, bro.
I don't even think it's a lot of time. I think it's
the
rest of his career.
I think there's no reason you keep, obviously once Duvall comes back and you got your everyday center fielder, he probably goes down in terms of out of the starting lineup, but I don't see a point why you keep Tapia up over Duran in terms of Duran's hitting the ball better. He runs bases just as well, if not better. When Jarren Duran walks onto a ball field, he's the fastest player on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a demon on the bases, bro.
Dude, what do you call it? Fucking the first game, too. He got up with 2 outs against fucking whatever his name is. But Laces won to third. Like I thought it was getting through for sure. We were tying that game.
Yeah, that would have tied the game.
Yeah, and then it just doesn't because like why would the Red Sox win? Why would I like win a bet? But like whatever.
It's just part of the process, bro. It's just like if you hit the ball well, eventually they're gonna start finding holes.
Yeah. And like I think I have to make my formal apology to Jarren Duran. I mean, I used to be a big fan of his last year. Definitely turned me off where he was just like complaining about the clubhouse and saying like, oh, guys aren't supporting me. And this year, like I'm starting to think that maybe there was some truth to that. Maybe Bogarts and JD weren't as nice of guys that we thought they were.
I know you saw what he said after game 2.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's the difference? I noticed how he specifically mentioned the new guys too.
Yeah.
He said, he was talking about JT especially, bro. Like, I don't know, maybe there was something a little bit weird going on in last year's locker room.
And like, I think there's a chance because you even had them talking about Cassis and leaking that to the media about him being weird. Like, maybe there was something going on there.
It definitely comes because we had a lot of new players this year, obviously. A lot of new guys that are going to be playing every day in the lineup. Like when you're coming into a new organization, you're obviously not just going to be like a douche to all the younger guys. But like along the lines of like our clubhouse, I wanted to say this during this pod because my dad mentioned it the other day while we were watching the game. And like, dude, well, Rafael Devers is obviously a superstar, right? Like deserves every penny of $330 million. He's becoming a leader in the clubhouse now. But like, dude, that dude just goes out there every single day, no matter what, and has a smile on his face. He's literally the most happy-go-lucky player that I've ever seen, bro. Yeah. He just is out there packing huge lips, spitting them out, smile on his face, not a care in the world, dude. He's literally like, that's the kind of leader that you want on your team. Like as he grows up, dude, he's only like 25, 26 now. As he grows up, he's going to evolve more into that. But like this dude just loves playing the game and like, he's a great teammate. he's the centerpiece of a franchise. Like, honestly, one of the best centerpieces of a franchise locked up for a long time across all sports.
And I agree. And like we were watching the game on Friday night, and we're down a run, and like vibes are definitely off that day. Like you don't expect, and then the camera just pans to him and Doogie in the dugout, laughing, having a smile on their face, having fun playing baseball. When it feels like
he was like sitting to his left and tapped him on the right shoulder. He looked over to his right. It was literally some schoolyard shit like that, bro. But it's just
a happy-go-lucky guy, bro. He just has a smile on his face at all times, packing huge lips, having fun with it.
Dude, the booth was talking about this game too. Also, we got robbed of a lot more like future funny Rafi at bat clips with the whole new rules, dude. Because that guy used to speak full sentences to himself and make the bat, bro.
No, my favorite is when he dives back, when the pitcher tries to pick him off, he just lays there for like 10 seconds, bro. He just doesn't get up. Like, that's the best part. That's the funniest thing, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
He just loves life.
Oh, yeah, dude, I'd drink a beer with that guy.
Oh, yeah. And like another test to that is that, like, I mean, yes, he hit a bomb on Friday night, but Rafi's been cool lately.
The average is
down.
The average is definitely down. Slugging's, I mean, slugging's where it's always been.
Exactly. I mean, he's cooling down a little bit, and I think that's probably ultimately why we dropped this series, is that Rafi just didn't carry us on our back like he has been, and that's going to happen. So that's why I'm not too worried about this series drop.
Last thing about him too, he just like he's putting in the work to learn English too now. Like bro spoke no English a few years ago at all. He's putting in the work every day, learning the language. You love to see it, bro.
Yeah, and you know what? I got another thing on him. His defense this year, he might win a Gold Glove. He's in the 96th percentile for like defense, basically. Forget what the stats called.
He booted a couple super early on too.
Yeah, and he's just been absolutely nasty.
Without that, he's probably, top of the top.
Yeah. And I mean, I think like a couple days ago, he was 99.
Yeah.
And like that leads me to Verdugo. Verdugo's been solid out in right field. People were worried about him.
Dude, say what you want. Alex Verdugo is the best player on the roster thus far.
Yeah.
You can say what you want about, Rafi's home runs. I'm not shorting Rafi whatsoever, but
I'm not going to argue with that at all.
Verdugo's batting something like 350 right now. I like the guy. I can't remember the last time he went hitless, bro. Unless he went hitless today, I didn't watch the game. But
I think I saw him on second base, so I'm pretty sure he got a double.
I can't. It's like every single time the guy walks into the box, I'm expecting at least a pretty well hit baseball, bro.
Yeah, like I agree with you. Verdugo's on pace to be all-star, maybe even starting in the all-star game. We need to get this extension done quickly before he goes out and makes 300
I said it
million.
on one of the earlier pods that like I'd take Verdugo, Devers, Red Turn, Yoshida, Duvall against anyone, and obviously Duvall went down, and like Red Turn and Yoshida are like hitting well lately, but haven't been the whole year. But like Alex Verdugo, Rafael Devers is like you put them up against anyone too in like the history of baseball, and they're like right there. So
yeah. And I mean, you mentioned his name, Masataka Yoshida, absolutely raking the baseball right now. He's the last 7 games, he's hitting 500. He's hit 4 bombs or 3 bombs. Just every time he gets up there, he's just lacing it the other way.
No, don't look now, sports fans, but Masataka Yoshida is very quickly batting 276. After batting, I believe it was 172 or 178.
A week ago.
We all can't speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we're in game 2 still. So you get out to that early lead, and then seems just like a cruise by this game. And you do. Winkowski looks awesome out of the bullpen again. After Kluber. And then you bring in Kaleb Ort to close it out. And Kaleb Ort shits the bed. and you get Kenley up, and Kenley does Kenley. Gets 2 outs on 11 pitches. That's another save for Kenley. He's 3 away from 400. But I mean, obviously, it sucks that you have to use Kenley there, but I don't think it's really the end of the world because you have an off day tomorrow. But today, Wednesday, Tanner Houck just got raked.
Yeah, I watched the whole game and it was bad, bro. It was bad. Just a bad game.
Yeah, I think the boys, I mean, they've played 19 days straight without a day off, coming home from a road trip. I'm honestly not too mad that they dropped this series.
I mean, yeah, fucking. At least we're not as bad as the Chicago White Sox.
Exactly.
They're really bad. They're 7-19 now. They got swept up handily by the Blue Jays.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're a game and a half out of the wild card. You're sitting 500. You got an off day tomorrow, and you got the Guardians coming into town. Who, I mean, they're a good baseball team, but they haven't been all that. They always come up.
Yeah, I think they
come up
just
as
dropped
slow
the series
starts.
to the Rockies.
Yeah,
I was betting on them. They were losing. Nothing new there. But a couple things I wanted to say about the Orioles. The Baltimore Orioles are an issue. Like this is a good ball club. They're having fun doing it with their celebrations and shit. They got a lot of good young players swinging it. And like their pitching staff is like better than it's ever been in the last like 20 years. Like their bullpen specifically, dude. This Yenier Cano guy, who knows where this guy came from, right? He comes in, he's got like 29 consecutive outs to start this season, 0 ERA. Guy might not give up a hit the whole season.
he's got
And
a
then, they also have
sinker.
Felix Bautista, who throws 100, the wipeout slide piece. Their bullpen is a really big problem. I mean, dude, I don't know. They're gonna win a lot of games. They're a really good ball club.
And they're gonna get John Means halfway through the year.
I was trying my hardest yesterday when I was looking at the stats and the Orioles were 15-8. I was trying my hardest to convince myself, like, yeah, they can't keep that up, bro. But like realistically, they can. Like that lineup has like 6, 7, 8. I mean, Jorge Mateo's batting damn near 400.
Baking, bro.
Like, I don't know, dude. They look like a great ball club right
They have a lot of sticks and a lot of arms, and their bullpen's been the best in the league so far. So.
Dude, they have lefties that can hit, righties that can hit. At least a late game bullpen. A couple, like, I don't know, 1 or 2 serviceable starters. I think their downfall would be starting pitching, but
they're getting one of the best lefties in the league halfway through the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the Baltimore Orioles are definitely a team to look out for. If you already haven't, take their over for wins.
Yeah,
They're playing really good ball.
Like 82, something like that.
Something like that. But the last thing I wanted to get into about this series is the rotation. Obviously, Brian Bayo got sent down. I mean, and it looks like it went the right way because Kluber had the best start this series.
Yeah.
Who knows how long that's for, but it really begs the question, like, what are we going to do? And especially with Paxton. I mean, Paxton hasn't looked good, so I think he's going to be in Worcester for a while. But you got 8 serviceable starters with Cutter, Bayo, and Paxton, and then the 5 that you have out there right now. Where is this going to look like in a couple weeks here? Because people are coming back.
Me personally, I'd like to see Cutter back in the rotation well before Bayo. I don't know, like Bayo, I mean, he does have big league stuff, bro, but he hasn't had that one, like, all right, this kid's got it type of outing, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, he's got big league stuff, bro. He really does, but I think, I don't know, maybe it's better for him to hopefully go down to Worcester, get a few good starts under his belt, start finding his stuff again, start hitting his spots more.
I mean, so far, what I've seen from him is he doesn't throw a lot of strikes. Like, he walks a lot of people. And at the same time, when he does throw strikes, he gets raked.
Yeah.
Like that's not a formula to like pick up wins as a pitcher. Like I don't know if he's not ready yet or like I don't know. I mean, I wish the best for him, obviously, but he hasn't shown me anything yet.
When he's finding the zone, he's catching way too much plate, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not one to judge, but like he's you see a lot of big league guys painting corners, bro. I haven't seen him paint many corners.
This before we get off like our pitching, there was something I was thinking of earlier. I just remembered. Like when's the last time that like when you think the last time the Red Sox had a pitcher like in the rotation, right? Like an ace that like could just go out there and you just feel super confident about the fact that like he's just gonna dice hitters. And like you have like a no question top of the league ace that like has the potential to go 8 innings, 2 hits, 9 Ks or throw a complete game shutout with 11 Ks. Like we haven't had any guys like that in the last 2 years. Like there's teams that have that too, like all across the league. So many aces. Like obviously the guys that have been around a long time, like Zach Gallen this morning, like kind of random, but like I think he's thrown like 34 innings now consecutively, hasn't given up a run. Like that's an ace. Like every time he goes out, your team is expecting to win. They're going to be laying like 250. He's going to strike out 10 hitters. Like that's just what he does. Like I don't remember the last time the Red Sox had a guy like that.
So I can give you 2 answers. First, I'll say like the actual answer is, I mean, it's going to be 2018 Chris Sale.
I was gonna say those exact words, 2018. So
that's 5 years.
But I would argue, 2021 Evaldi was
actually my second answer. That's funny.
Like, do you remember going into that Yankees game? I felt so confident that Evaldi was going to do what he did. Dude,
if I'm not even joking, if I had the power to start a fully healthy Evaldi that game or a fully healthy Sale that game, given that like was kind of the option, but not really, because Sale had thrown like a couple days prior, I'm still taking Evaldi, bro.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Taking Evaldi in the clutch is nails, bro.
Like, yeah, that guy's got a ball sack.
He's one of those guys that rises to the occasion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are both definitely good answers. But
yeah, we're definitely missing one.
What if they become like Chris Sale sucks now and like Evaldi has like a 6 ERA for the Rangers? Like, I don't know. Those are obviously true. But like I think it's like honestly back to Pedro that you've had a guy for like over like a course of years that just like is gonna be nails for you every time, no matter what, and has the capability of going 9 with like 10 Ks and like has the possibility to throw a perfect game. Like no one on our roster is ever going to throw a no-hitter or a perfect game in their career ever, no matter what. It's just not going to happen.
Before Pedro, you got to mention Lester, dude.
I was going to say Lester. I mean, Clay Buchholz threw a no-hitter.
Clay for like 2 years was pretty nasty.
Yeah, I was going to say Buchholz, but maybe I didn't really think this through like all too well. I'm just kind of pissed that we don't have a guy.
Yeah, it's been a while.
No, for sure. I'm not like I don't know. We're at the point.
Those are the kind of guys I can get behind. Like those are the kind of guys that I love watching play baseball. Dudes that just dice, like throw upper 90s, nasty off speed. Like they're gonna they could go out and throw a perfect game. You never know. No one on the Red Sox is gonna do that right now.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're hoping with Bayo is because he has that 98 fastball. But he's got to develop his command, and like I think he should do that in Worcester. But one last thing about this roster I want to talk about is second base and the infield because Valdez sucks. He can't field whatsoever. He's made like 3 errors in 2 days, costing us runs left and right. I mean, screwed Tanner Houck over today. Screwed Kaleb Ort over. I mean, Kaleb Ort gives out no runs if fucking Valdez catches the ball yesterday. And then Arroyo can't hit, and he's banged up. And, yeah, so you're just kind of shit out of luck here. I think this is when you have to put your foot in the ground and go get either make a trade to free up some cap. I don't know how you do that. but Heim can do it, I'm sure. And you got to go get Jose Iglesias. He's a righty bat. No reason why he shouldn't be on this team right now.
Yeah, like speaking of trades, like if this team is still in the race when Story and Duvall come back and like they're right there, there's gonna be teams that really suck and are gonna be selling out big time, trying to move everybody at the deadline. And if you're the Red Sox and you're still in the race, it's inexcusable to not get a big righty bat and elite starting pitcher. It's just elite. It's just irresponsible to not do that.
I agree.
They probably won't, and then we'll be pissed about it, and then we won't make the playoffs. But if they do, then we would have a chance to.
Yeah. And like they probably won't because we're so close to the luxury tax. Unless we're like I would say we'd have to be 7 games over 500 for Heim to do it, but like with a real shot and like everybody healthy. But I just don't think it's gonna happen. Alrighty, you guys ready for this look ahead?
Yeah.
All right,
We're in
so
Cleveland, right? Or
yeah.
at home?
we're at home in Cleveland, or at home against Cleveland. Game 1, you got Shane Bieber versus Nick Pivetta. Bieber's
Shane
honestly
Bieber.
been pretty good.
Another perfect example. That guy could go out and throw a perfect game. He's been an absolute ace, top 10 stalwart pitcher in the league for so long, like 4 years now. Like, are we
Yeah,
gonna win that game? Who knows?
yeah. I mean, Nick Pivetta has been Nick Pivetta. He's given up, 4 runs a game, but he gives you a chance to win. The bats just need to be there that day, or you just don't win. So like that could be a winnable game Friday night at Fenway. There's going to be a lot of drunk Bostonians in the crowd. So, Pavetta's got the juice sometimes. So maybe he's got the juice on a Friday night. Game 2, you got Whitlock versus Zach Plesac. Look for Whitlock to have a bounce back game. I feel like this is going to be the case with Whitlock, where he just is dominant one day, horrible the next day, dominant the next day.
Yeah, Zach Plesac's a bomb too.
Yeah, he's also a righty.
In the league because of his dad. Guy's a bomb.
Yeah. And like he's a righty. I'm gonna take the Sox against any righty. And then the last game is an absolute lock for the Red Sox. You got Chris Sale versus Cal Quantrill. Cal Quantrill sucks.
Yeah. I was looking earlier. I was like listening to some podcast talking about like baseball and shit. Fucking, I think because I checked it, Cal Quantrill has like some of the most aggressive home road splits like I've ever seen. Like Cal Quantrill's like 16-1 with like a 2.5 at Progressive Field, and then on the road he's like 6-19 with like a really high ERA. So I mean, hopefully, if we can beat Bieber game 1, somehow we're in line for a sweep. But yeah, I mean, Guardians aren't playing great ball. See what happens. Big weekend ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chris Sale should have a bounce back game. We'll see. But, I like that Jose Ramierz is going to face him righty. I don't like Jose hitting righty. I like him a lot better on the left side. So I'm glad he's going to face Sale on the right side. Wait, is Jose a switch hitter?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Just making sure.
You ever seen
Wow.
that clip of him in the middle of the desert? Facing
Yeah, with Trevor Bauer.
Yeah.
Yep. Good changeup.
It's very good changeup. Thank you.
Thank you, Poppy.
Yeah, Jose Ramirez is also a superstar. They got a
Yeah.
good little lineup. Ahmed Rosario, I like a lot. They got Josh Bell, Naylor, Rakes. I mean, that team had 2 shots to take out the Yankees and see the Astros last year in the ALCS. Could make it happen, but
they always get off to a slow start. That's the thing.
yeah, I mean, they're not playing good ball at all. I think they almost did just get swept by the Rockies. I think they won this morning, though.
Yeah. I mean, I like the over in at least the last 2 of these games.
Yeah. Hopefully we swing the sticks.
Yeah.
Good ball.
I think Rafi gets hot back home after an off day. The boys are a
Facing
little
3
beat up.
righties too, yeah.
Yeah. But I think we take 2 out of 3. I think we take the last 2. I do think we dropped that first one. But I think, you're not in a horrible spot, but I think you need a series win before you let the vibes go the other way than they have been. You guys got anything?
No.
I just looked at this right now, dude. It's just like I had to make sure I was right before I said it. The AL Central just like stinks, dude.
It's
Like,
because the White Sox stink.
like the Cleveland Guardians are not gonna have to win that many games to win that division.
No, they didn't have to last year.
Yeah, they do it every year.
The Boston Red Sox are 13-13 plus 8 run differential. They're 7.5 back. The Guardians are 12-13 minus 13 run differential, and they're 2 games back of the Twins. It's just like, I don't know, dude. Reshuffle.
It's just like, a lot of things are
the Sox are just going to
being
be
against them.
captive for the next decade if they don't reshuffle these divisions.
Yeah.
Getting to that point, dude.
All the teams in our division are so young too, besides the Yankees. And like the Yankees will just be there because like it's the Yankees.
The
Oh,
Yankees just pay their way to a top roster every year.
Speaking of the Yankees, they suck. They're not very good.
We all predicted this, dude. The Yankees are going under on their run total, bro, because it was way too high.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you have Aaron Hicks and Franchy Cordero in your outfield, you're not going to win very many baseball games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's something, right? Like if we kind of stink and like don't make the playoffs, like the Yankees do too, and like we have a better record than them, like that's something to be happy about.
For sure. Definitely. You guys got any other closing thoughts?
No, I'll leave it at that.
I think I'm going to leave it at that too. I think just get some rest today, reset. You're at 500, brand new season, Plenty
of ball to be played.
Exactly. Just get to July. But that's going to do it here for Sox in 7. It was a great pod. Hope you guys peeped the new logo. But yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Deuces.